a suburb of Melbourne. Today we have April back. April had a laryngeal keel placed for laryngeal webbing, and that was done about 3 weeks ago. She's had kind of recurrence of her clinical signs, and when we anesthetized her, we had a look down her airway and saw that she actually has, rather than an issue with that initial webbing that we had, she actually has some proliferative tissue in the airway, which is causing an obstruction and kind of stenosis of the airway. But it doesn't look like scar tissue. It looks like more like almost inflammatory tissue. And so what I'm concerned about is that maybe the keel is causing a foreign body reaction. And unfortunately, can I get Gelpies, please? Unfortunately, even though every textbook says, oh, if you have laryngeal webbing, you can put in a keel, we can actually find no evidence of it in the literature that it's actually ever been done. And so I think that probably somebody reported it, or somebody said, oh, you can probably try this. And then everybody else has used that as a reference, but there's actually no primary reference of anybody actually doing this in an animal. And so certainly nothing that we can use to direct our management and our assessment of what's happening and whether things are going as we would expect. I contacted a friend of mine who's a ENT surgeon, human ENT surgeon, and he had never placed one. So this is all very interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to assess from the inside, remove the implant, and then determine if there's something else that I can do in order to open the airway so that we can get better passage of air. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel. Make sure you turn on notifications so you'll get a ding on your phone the next time we live stream. So we do have a lot of scar tissue here. Having a little bit of difficulty getting oriented. I think that that's the keel sitting right there. And that's the scar tissue from the temporary tracheostomy that we did here. And we're going to take this keel out and probably sterilize it to reuse it in this dog if we ever needed to in the future, because these are not particularly easy to come by. So yes, this is the dog from the other week. Just removing our sutures from before, and I think I've probably used all purple PDS, and so the fact that it's clear now just shows that that dye gets resorbed, yeah. Our trachea is just going to be right down here. So I'm onto the thyroid cartilage here. Can I get one of my little needle cautery tips? Thank you. So we have some little kind of purulent areas here. Can I get a freer elevator, please? And do we have some Adson thumb forceps? Those are brown Adson. Can I get some Adson thumb forceps when you get a chance as well, please? So there's the keel right there. Oh, good, thanks. Adson, the needle, they're supposed to be rat tooth?
Oh, you want that?
Yeah. So that's the silicone keel right there. Thank you. So this needle probe is just a little bit more accurate. I'm coming up to the hyoid apparatus right there. Or a little more precise, I guess, is the term that I'm thinking of. Can I get a blade, please? It doesn't matter. So I'm just going in and cutting our sutures. All right, so that's the keel right there. All right, so
Do you need some cloth?
yeah, sure.
Sorry, Mia, can I get some cloth, please?
All right, so there's a lot of purulent material in there.
Do you need some cotton?
Sure. So this has caused a lot of foreign body reaction. Go ahead and culture there. Yeah. Don't go, yep, that's fine. All right, so can I get some 3.0 PDS, please? I think we're going to have to inflate our cuff a little bit more. And I'm just going to put in some stay sutures to get a better look.
When you get time, can you grab me more? I can use that.
Just suction for me, please. So that's torn through that cartilage there. So we've just got all this proliferative tissue. So I'm supposed to be, like, I should be able to see the thyroid cartilage right there. There it is. Get some suction, please.
It's really gelatin.
Yes, so really proliferative. All right, so now I'm getting a suture into the thyroid cartilage itself, which should allow me to retract that better. Just cut that one short, please. And we might need the a bit more inflation of the cuff. Did we already do that once? Okay, I can still smell a bit of iso. So it may be just a matter of getting rid of the foreign body, and then the inflammation might resolve. I'm not sure.
Probably should.
Yeah. All right, so now we're looking down into the airway. So there's vocal fold right there. And that's laryngeal saccule there, which certainly is not helping with the lumen of the airway. Can I get suction? So I'm just doing a laryngeal sacculectomy from this ventral approach. Okay, so that's the laryngeal saccule from one Come around the other side, please. So the question is, am I going to do a vocal cordectomy as well? The other thing that I might do is just put in our tracheostomy, close this up, at least partially, and then do the rest via the airway. So we're definitely leaking again. I can see bubbling, so we'll have to reinflate that cuff, please.
Do you want the bigger tube?
Yeah, we can, I mean, we'll put in a bigger tube down here, so I'll just expose more of the airway down here. Let's get a Gilpy in here.
Maybe you can grab Aaron for help.
And so then we'll just expose the trachea down here. There's gonna be a lot of scar tissue from the last tracheostomy that I did. Still bubbly, but I can put in a bigger tube through here. So if you give me a sterile endotracheal tube, please. We probably will need somebody else in here to help manage the switch. So by putting in a tracheostomy tube, it's just going to allow me to really assess things more clearly from the inside of the airway. And I may, unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Well, I know you're not. But I'm probably going to laser some of this stuff out. So those vocal folds are really inflamed. A big one, like a 6. Yep.
Yeah, I think last time we used 6 or 6.5.
Just right, that's on with the Danky 6-year-old with no CP, Q on the 73. Would you be able to see that?
Yeah.
This afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, straight over.
oh, yeah.
Have them come straight over, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. Do you know where they are? Okay. Hey? Yeah, I'm just wondering, well, I might be in this case for a little while, but they may have to wait in the reception until I'm finished. All right, so just get ready to, so we'll take that, then we'll get ready to remove that other tube. So we're going to do a little sterile transfer, so I've got a sterile endotracheal tube here. I'm just going to do a tracheostomy here. Just get ready to, so get it all loosened up and stuff. Okay, and just turn off the anesthetic. Disconnect the tube, please. So I'm going down between tracheal rings here. Yeah. Okay, so now go ahead and remove that tube, please. Got it? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so now we've got our sterile endotracheal tube here. We'll go ahead and get that connected. I'll just grab onto that here with a hemostat. Okay, go ahead and hook that up. Yep, you're fine. Now, we've got the sterile quarter drapes. Let's get this clipped, please? Yeah, that's all right. All right, can I get a new glove, please? Head is up that way. So the tube is going down into the lungs. Just here. Yeah. So now we're just draping out of the field that sterile tube. And we'll need to inflate this cuff as well. So if we could get a sterile syringe. Thank you. All right, so I reckon I'm going to have a much easier time from the oral side of things. So I think what we have is, in large part, just a lot of swelling of the vocal folds and stuff. And I just need to decide whether I'm going to do any kind of little tie back while we're in here. Okay, so I don't think that there's anything that I can really tie back here, since it's not that arytenoid cartilage that's causing the issue. So I'm just going to cut out my stay sutures. Just pull those out. And then I'll suture my tracheal cartilage back up, my thyroid cartilage back up. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Do you want a new 3OPDS with a new needle?
That's right. The thyroid cartilage is all fairly brittle. Just run that for me, please. So I'm just suturing up that sternohyoideus muscle. Can I get another 3O PDS, please? So when this dog came back in, I was really worried that the whole thing didn't work and that the keel was not long enough and that we were right back where we started. But it turns out that I think that everything worked the way that it was supposed to, but now we've just got the foreign body reaction from that silicone being in there in a contaminated airway. So I'm actually a bit more optimistic. Now I just need to make sure that I can restore an airway using laser or whatever other means to the point that I'm happy this dog's going to be able to breathe in the short term until the inflammation resolves. Oops. Sorry about my head. I'll blame Mia. Yep. You can take it. Let's get on the other side.
That's why you always need to have a cute surgery cap.
What's that?
That's why you always have a cute surgery cap so people don't get bored of looking at your head.
Yeah. I am a surgeon, so I do have to have a big head. Can you retract that cranially? That, yep. Get that clear suture, please. Not the clear.
Clear one.
Yeah. Can you take my loops off for me, please?
Yep. Clear,
Thank you.
clear suture out and short one.
Yeah. You just pull that caudally. Nice thing about this tube is that we can keep it in, like you could keep it in all day kind of thing. It's not like it's going to start coughing it up like you would with a normal endotracheal tube. So we're under no pressure to remove this. See if you can grab that with that. Yep. Mia, I think we'll have this dog turned around the other way when we go to do the intraoral part. What's that? Yeah, great. Just leave that a little bit loose. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up the live stream now. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel. Make sure you turn on notifications. And I will try to do some kind of follow-up within the day, hopefully today, and let you know what's happened with this case. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you again soon. I'll come over and do the rest.